So I have a four-step program, Are you ready? This is Alec Gunter's completely free four-step program to find a relationship, okay? Alrighty, my friends. So I very loosely, put together a segment because I recently came across this thing from Moisty Boy, where he was talking about his history with joking. Alright, who knows what joking is? Anybody in the chat know what joking is? Anybody at all? You just say yes or no. Just yes or no. I'll describe it. Has anybody heard of it? Trans men stand up, yes. No, 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 nay. See, I hadn't heard of it either before Charlie introduced me to it. So joking is basically a massage that you do on your penis. And the idea, and I know that sounds good, but hear me out here. It's not good. The idea is that, I don't know exactly how it works, but I guess you make a circle like this, and you basically are just trying to squeeze and stretch. Squeeze and stretch. You're trying to lengthen your dick, basically. Like, it is a bunk method of lengthening your dick. And there's all kinds of literature on it. There's all kinds of people who swear by it, like my dick is now like 8 inches or whatever. Like, it's insane. These people are actually insane. And Charlie tried it. Charlie from Moist Critical tried it, and he hurt himself very badly. You can hurt yourself extraordinarily badly. You can break blood vessels. You can, like, basically just blow up your entire dick. It's not good. It's not good. And no, it does not work. Exactly. So if all of that wasn't enough, it does not actually work. Okay? Now, why are we bringing this up? Well, I've noticed that there is an issue with young men. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but there's an issue with young men specifically, and a lot of other identifying people as well, but mostly young men. And they're convinced that, like, they need to do all these different methods to try and score a woman, a nice female, right? That they can lay and have babies with. It's very unhealthy, right? Very unhealthy. And part of that is having a big dick. They all think that they need, like, the biggest dick, right? You know, 5 inches isn't enough. 6 inches isn't enough. 4 certainly isn't enough. Oh, God, heavens forbid, right? And I'm going to get into later, like, why dick size does not matter whatsoever. Like, it doesn't. It does not, okay? Like, you could literally not have a dick. You can be a trans man, okay, and still have a perfectly fine, healthy relationship with a woman, okay? Like, you can literally have 0 dick, all right? Size isn't anything. Size isn't anything, okay? And we're going to talk about that later. But for right now, I want to get into some other things that, you know, I've come across. We all know about, like, the pickup artistry, right? Who's that one pickup artist? Oh, yeah, that's from Channel 5. We're going to have to deal with it for a second.
Baby wearing diapers, and at some point will be an elder woman. Our assignment is to shift our mindset. When? Right here, right now.
Is this guy...
So basically, this guy's like a pickup artist, and I forget what all of his advice is, but it's horrible advice. What you feel, I want, request, roleplay, closed. What is this? $900.
What do you feel, what you want?
$900.
Restricted request. Wait, which way do I start? With a restricted request, like butt stuff? Or where does it go? It's down to top. Why? I see it's numbered that way, but why? Why start... This looks like it's supposed to be arrows going this way. Jesus Christ,
$900 for this shit, man. If the price alone isn't enough, it's bunk advice, too. It's not good, okay? People spend hundreds and even thousands of dollars. I spent $900 on my microphone setup, okay? And I thought that was too much. And I'm actually sitting here using it. Guess what you're never going to have success with? This shit, okay? This shit does not work. It doesn't work. It does not work. And you're going to waste all of your money. So people are wasting all this money and all this time and all this energy on joking, on other forms of increasing your dick size, of trying to increase the amount that you can ejaculate, of trying to, like, pick up women or, like, be a womanizer, you know, the Andrew Tate types. You know, it's all ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Okay? And I'm going to tell you guys right now. Here, I'll show you real quick. I just have a little notepad made up right here. All right, you can see it's just a very brief outline of what we're going to go over today. So I have a four-step program, Are you ready? This is Alec Gunter's completely free four-step program to find a relationship, okay? Because I am so tired of seeing all this shit about trying to increase your dick size, etc. We just talked about it. So 4 steps, okay? Here we go. You guys ready? And then after this, we're just going to talk a little bit about, is this a troll? No, it's not. After this, we're just going to talk a little bit about, like, you know, in the bedroom. Because that's the last part of this equation, right? If you actually want a relationship. Now, if you just want to have sex, that's different. But if you want a relationship, there's 4 things you got to do, okay? So number 1, you have got to be fine being by yourself. You have got to be fine being by yourself, okay? I am completely fine being by myself. Now, Katie is gone most of the day. My fiance, Katie, she's gone most of the day, all right? And so I just do my own thing here. I have my YouTube channel. I've got my hobbies. I've got my job. I've got my projects that I do on the side. I got a little fertilizer thing going on outside, and I got some stray cats out there. You know, I have a life that exists outside of my fiance, and that's what you need as well if you're not in a relationship. You need a life that exists outside of other people, okay? If you don't love and appreciate yourself, you can't expect other people to love and appreciate you, all right? So you have to learn how to love yourself and appreciate yourself, or else you're expecting things of other people, right? That you're not even expecting of yourself. I'm just trying to score some B and drink beer though. Okay, that's fine. This may not be for you guys. Okay, maybe this isn't for chat. Maybe this is just for YouTube, and that's fine. All right. But like I said, I just wanted to put a video out there so that it's there. You know what I mean? And I can say I tried. But you have us. You're joking? Okay, fair. Sorry, I'm taking this very seriously. All right, you have to take care of yourself basically as though you're your own partner, like you're dating yourself, you know? If you would do things for your partner, try doing it for yourself once in a while, you know? Treat yourself. Take yourself out for a nice movie. I don't know, buy yourself a nice gift if you can afford it. You know, just simple things like that. Show yourself that you do love yourself. Take care of yourself a little bit, right? And that's the next part of my 4-step program is discipline yourself. You must discipline yourself. Now, this is the one that the Andrew Tate types always tend to get stuck on. They're like, well, you've got to learn to work out, bro. And you have to become the alpha Chad by restricting yourself from ejaculating unless it's inside of a woman, right? Or like things like that. It's just weird shit. So when I say discipline yourself, what do I mean? Working out's important, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to work out because every single other influencer has already told you that. You're ripped as hell. I'm not ripped as hell right now, but thank you. I used to be. I was at one point. But working out is important, okay? I recommend you work out 2 to 3 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes a day, each time you do it. And that will just help you, you know, continue your activities. If you want to get super ripped and super buff, you can do that as well, okay? Being turbo ugly is a curse. You have no choice to be by yourself. That's not necessarily true. I don't think so. I think that you could still find somebody even if you're turbo ugly. All right, so more importantly than the working out part, though, as far as being disciplined, you have got to clean up your living conditions, okay? I will tell you guys that my house has never been like garbage, like it's never been terrible, but it's gotten pretty bad. Like not this house, but my last one. It's gotten pretty bad. You know, there's just clothes everywhere. There's trash everywhere. I had bugs for a while, you know, those little gnats that fly around when you got food rotting in the fucking sink, you know, and it's not good. You have got to be able to take care of yourself, okay? You don't have to do any kind of deep cleaning. Just like throw the trash out, do the dishes, stay clean and have your teeth brushed, you know, stuff like that. And also learn how to feed yourself, okay? I can't stress this enough. Ladies love a man who can cook, all right? And men love a lady who can cook. So regardless of what you, or a non-binary, okay? It doesn't matter. Regardless of who you are, what you identify as, learn how to cook something, okay? Just one thing. Eggs, easy. Eggs are the easiest thing you could ever learn to make, okay? Crack them open, throw them on the pan, make yourself some nice sunny side up or over medium, you know? Like, there are all kinds of things you can do with eggs. I personally learned how to make chicken and dumplings. It's one of my favorite dishes, still is. I make it all the time. Katie loves it, okay? You will knock a girl out. Pasta, also a great choice. You will knock a girl out if you can make pasta, soup, chowder, a nice rotisserie chicken perhaps, like anything. Like just learn how to make it good and make that your one dish, okay? Just your one dish, all right? That will help you immensely. And then you can treat somebody to it. Instead of saying, you know, you should go out in public for your first date, but for the second or third date, hey, why don't you come back to my place? I'll make you some dinner. I'll make you a nice dinner, right? That way, you're being polite, and you're also getting the message across that this is more than just a friendship, okay? It's just a little bit. Like, you're not quite getting there yet. You can still make dinner for a friend, but that's the idea. That's kind of what you're hinting at, right? That's what you're hinting at. So it's a nice way to do that. And also, it's just good to feed yourself good, healthy food instead of going out to McDonald's every day. Again, this is still part of disciplining yourself, all right? Step 3, find friend groups, all right? Find a good friend group, preferably one that is IRL, but online is also fine. If you can't find any IRL, I get it. Times are tough. You know, we're post-COVID, whatever. But try to find one IRL. If you can't, online is whatever. You know, there are groups for all kinds of things. You can do video games, board games, anime, all kinds of nerd shit like that. Or you can go to like something more productive, like volunteer orgs. Okay, there's no shortage of volunteer orgs that could absolutely use your help. And you'll meet some great people there. People who go to work at volunteer orgs with few exceptions, are just wonderful people. They're just good people. They're great people to have around. They're great friends. They'll stick by your side. They'll do things for you when you're down and out of your luck. You know, like, they're wonderful people to have in your arsenal as friends, okay? Fitness groups are another good idea. This also rolls into the fitness thing that we talked about in step 2, right? If you want to accomplish both of these things at the same time and you can afford it, because most are expensive, unfortunately, try to find a fitness group. You know, join a boxing club. That's what I did. I've only gone to one so far, but I'm not allowed to work out this week, so I have an excuse. But I'm going to go again next week. So boxing is great. Any kind of mixed martial arts is great. Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, that's fun. Or just like a spin class, you know? Like go to a cycling class, something like that. I volunteer at Amnesty International Bookstore, met some amazing folks. A bookstore is great. Yeah. And don't get tricked into this idea that like you need a job. You know, like my brother fell into this. Like our parents were trying to convince him that he needed a job to socialize. No, you don't. You need a job to make money. So if you need to make money, get a job. If you need a social life, don't get a job, get a social life. Get a group of people that you can hang out with. Also, you can't learn to talk to people unless you talk to people. Exactly. You're going to be awkward. You are going to be awkward. You are going to fumble. You're going to spill over your words, whatever, like trip over them. It doesn't matter. Does not matter one bit. Okay. I have learned that if you are just a kind person and you take an interest in other people, they don't care how many gaffes you have. All right. They'll just think you're goofy. And who doesn't like a goofy guy? Who does not like a goofy guy? Ask any woman in the world what they're attracted to. Well, maybe not any woman, but if you ask the ones who know what they're talking about, what they're attracted to, most of them will say they love a goofy guy, a guy who knows how to have fun, a guy who doesn't take things too harshly. You know, like if you can just go with the flow, you know, that's like half the battle right there. It's just being a decent guy who can go with the flow. Sense of humor will win over looks every time. Exactly. Sense of humor is very important. A good sense of humor, not like racist jokes. I used to box, but coming out got me blacklisted. So unfortunately that door's closed to me currently. I am so sorry to hear that, Valhalla. I hope that door opens back up at some point. I love a guy who can have a conversation. There you go. A guy who isn't actually in it to get a partner. Yes, that's another important thing. Like I was saying, you are doing this all for yourself, for you. You're doing this for you. Okay? You're not doing this for some future relationship. You're doing this to improve your own life. All right? Then we're going to focus on the relationship part. Okay? And invest in these people. On that note, invest in these people. You take an actual interest in these people. Okay? You're not just doing this for the hell of it. You're not just doing this for funsies. You're doing this for you. You're doing this to get to know people better, for yourself. And you're not doing it for a girl. Okay? If you use them as a means to an end, they're going to catch on to that. So don't. Finally, step 4 of my 4-step program. You must get lucky. That's right, baby. We got to get lucky. No, like literally though, you do just have to get lucky. Unfortunately, you do just have to get lucky to land a partner sometimes. A lot of things have to align. You know, it doesn't always align. Anything can go wrong at any time. Like it just happens. But the good news is there's a lot of people looking for partners. Okay. There's no shortage. So yes, you got to get a little lucky, but there are people out there looking for partners. And if you are a good candidate, they're going to take you. Okay. And usually where you end up finding these partners is these groups that you've already established, right? Even if there's not a girl in the group, you might know somebody who knows somebody. All right. Expanding connections. Having connections is one of the best things that you can do for yourself in every regard. Just have people that you like and who like you back. All right. It is so... It's invaluable. It's invaluable. So yeah, I mean, like, just hope that you get lucky, find a good partner through your friend groups, and maybe you start seeing somebody, you know? Maybe you go on a date or two. Maybe things start getting a little bit spicy. Remember what I was talking about earlier with the dick size? Doesn't matter. Does not matter, okay? There are some girls who will care, and you ditch those girls. Those girls are for the birds, okay? You don't give a shit about them. Your member is your member. You can't control what size it is. And if that's not good enough for them, then them. You don't need them. Okay. And I will tell you that most girls don't care. Most girls don't care. You know what they care about? How well you can use your other members. Okay. Your fingies, your tongue. Those are the things that matter. All right. Get good at that. And also learn what your partner wants. Okay, if you just listen to your partner and you just, you make sure that they're listening to you and you're actually communicating back and forth, then sex becomes so much more than just penis and goober. You know, that's not what sex is. Sex is a give and take thing, okay? It can be, well, I guess it can be whatever you want it to, but in a relationship, sex should be intimate, you know? It should be intimate. It should be a bonding experience. You know, and if that's the case, and all she cares about is, oh, your dick isn't 11 inches with spikes on it, then fuck her. She's not for you. She's not a good person to build a relationship with or a life with. All right. So stop caring about your dick size to the point that you start jelking. It's so goofy. You're going to hurt yourself doing that, okay? And yeah, that's about it. That's my whole 4-step program. And yeah, just find out what works. Exactly, Lady Nova. So relationships, I guess to end this off, can be an incredible thing. They're a wonderful gift that we have, but you can't base your entire sense of self-worth off of it. Okay? You can't. You have to have a life outside of a relationship and outside of sex. And only then will you get a relationship that is good. You can, don't get me wrong, you can get a relationship without this advice. You can. It's going to suck ass. It's going to end poorly more often than not, but you can. That's why I recommend following this advice first, okay? Don't worry about getting a partner until you have all this other shit figured out. Be fine by yourself, discipline yourself, find friend groups, okay? Do all of that first, and then maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll find somebody who you can settle down with and maybe even have kids with and build a life with, all right? You know, I met Katie on Tinder. It just happened that way. But before Katie, I found a girl named Sam. All right, me and Sam dated for a while, and Sam was great. She was lovely. We had some issues that came up, and then we broke up. But she was lovely for the time that we were together, and that happened through friend groups. That just happened at college. We just met. You know, it was during a class that we met, and then she introduced me to all of her friends. You know, it's connections, it's connection building. Okay, rediscover your humanity a little bit. Rediscover. Go out and talk to people. Talk to people in the grocery store line. You know, compliment people. People love compliments. People will never think that you're weird for complimenting them unless you give them a weird compliment. Give them a genuine compliment. But people usually will not think you're weird for a compliment. You know, if you like somebody's hair, say, I love your hair. Your hair looks lovely today. Just the other day, I complimented some guy. And he inspired me to go get my beard done professionally because he was this jacked motherfucker with he was Giga Chad. He was Giga Chad. And I just went up and said, hey man, your look is incredible. You look incredible. It was this dude that I had no sexual interest in whatsoever. He was with his wife and I was just like, I gotta hand it to him. He looks amazing. You know, people love that shit. Just be a likable person, you know? It's not that hard. I guess just to end this off, like I said, prioritize yourself first. Love yourself first. Take care of yourself first. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you are sure as not going to take care of a partner, all right? And usually, finding a partner will come when you least expect it. So just keep an open mind and open heart. Try to always work on yourself. Work on getting some friend groups together. Work on building human connection just for the sake of it, not for a relationship, just for the sake of it. And that's about the best advice I can give, guys. So if you're a young man or an old man or a young whatever, it doesn't matter, trans, cis, NB, whatever, and you're having trouble with relationships, that's the best advice I got for you. Like I said, take care of yourselves and best of luck out there. Best of luck out there in the dating market, folks. That's about all I got to say on that. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.